All right, welcome back. After a couple weeks of people caring about their family members' lives slash vacationing for their own mental health, we return to turning the wheel after quite the cliffhanger that saw Siegfried, Thaddeus, Thurman, and Andreas as the sole survivors of the wreck of Araxes Prize as it was torn apart by Father the Kraken. They escape in a rowboat thanks to the combined efforts of Siegfried, Thaddeus, Andreas, and Thurman, and have found themselves in the time since rowing endlessly across the sea for weeks, feeling themselves more and more exhausted as time passes and the salt and the sun and the wind bear down upon them. Until finally, just as it seems that their muscles must give out and they can't possibly go on any longer, they see land ahead and with the last few efforts force themselves up upon the beach. Welcome back, guys.
It's good to be back.
Oh, I'm so tired. Ah, ah.
I'd say we're lucky to be alive. After that, we gotta get some coconuts quick.
Are we safe?
We
No,
must build shelter and rest.
we're completely vulnerable. We might as well be 90-year-old disabled.
You guys are quite lively considering you have 5 levels of exhaustion right now, having spent nothing but weeks of drinking just water to avoid dying of thirst, provided by, I believe it was Andreas who knew the spell. Is that correct?
No, I had purify water.
Thaddeus who knew the spell.
So we were purifying liquids.
Yes.
Very.
You're also surrounded by the liquids. You weren't drinking pee, Bobo.
Oh yeah, I went right for that.
I know you did.
First chance I get.
I know.
Well, we're on a boat. Might as well drink some pee.
Survival liquids.
Mr. World, what time of day is it?
It is the late afternoon. It has been another day entirely of rowing until you were briefly emboldened by seeing the shore, allowing the 4 of you to work together and get the boat ashore where you have now sort of come to rest exhausted.
Well, can we just rest here on the boat? Just flip the boat on its side?
There's some trees. We can use the trees and lean the boat up there.
We
just need to drag it over there.
We can't lose the boat.
We need a fire.
We can use the boat as a makeshift shelter.
Yeah, completely. At least get out of the sun for a little bit. I'm exhausted. Can I make a perception check to see if there's any coconut trees?
Yeah.
A strong 19.
You look out over the land that you have found yourself on, and you can tell that you're sort of in what was once a habitable area. You can see through your experience having seen many ports, like you can occasionally see, like area where there probably was once a corner of foundation of a building
Oh.
or an area that might be a street. But whatever has come through here has obliterated all of that. And what you see is sort of ancient in stone and hard to tell exactly what has happened without inspecting it closer. But there are no immediate sources of food as you look out. You gaze out upon the ruins of some sort of once port town.
None
Any
of us can move.
any birds or anything flying around, slithering, crawling?
You got a 19.
Yeah.
You do see birds, but the birds you see are like quick songbirds. And then also high in the sky, you see several several birds that probably carrion birds, but you're not real, specialized in identifying birds from other birds, but they're flying in circles, sort of, that are high above the ruins.
I know birds. That's a bird. That's a bird. That's a bird. That's a bird too.
Excellent observations, my friend.
Thurman, we would be lost without you, my friend.
I only help.
Could you help us get this boat turned over so we can rest?
I'm so tired. Yeah.
Do
If I'm tired, all you puny people must be so tired.
Or we just collapse in the boat and wait.
I'll help you drag it up.
Yeah, we got to at least tie it off to something.
And I sit down in the sand with a rope while these guys are all around the boat, and I'm digging my heels into the sand, like sort of inching my way up towards the fringe of the forest and beach.
I'm like, wait for me. And I start low crawling 1 inch for 3 rounds.
I'm taking breaths in between.
I'm crying as I crawl low,
All right. Well, we'll go on 10.
belly crawling through the sand.
9. 8. Wait a minute.
So
7. 8.
we're in like a destroyed port town, and it looks really old. Like, so foliage has taken over the town.
No.
No, it just looks destroyed,
Yeah.
but not old.
From your sort of limited ability to like leave the immediate area of where the boat is quickly, you're unable to sort of tell. It appears pretty ageless. The level of devastation is so absolute.
So about the only thing we can do is rest, pretty much. Now.
You can slowly sort of explore, but certainly as you look out at the remains of this town, like I said, it doesn't appear like anything is sort of regrown in this area. It's hard to tell what exactly destroyed it, because there's little evidence even that the town remains, except for the occasional trace of some stones that weren't blasted away, and just generally the experience of Andreas having been in so many ports.
What about food? Would there be any way we could catch fish with our fishing gear?
The fishing
we-
gear went down with Arexi's prize.
Oh. Do we have any string or anything with our possession that we would have stowed away in our backpacks?
Then I'll get rid of my fishing gear out of my backpack.
So what level of disability do we have at this point right now?
You have 5 levels of exhaustion.
And that means we cannot walk?
Means like during a fight you can't like walk because you can't move around quick enough. Like you can still like sort of move out of combat, but you are quite exhausted, and it'd be hard for you to like range far and continue to explore. Like you feel like you're so exhausted that like if you ran into something and there was trouble, you would be fucked.
But are we able to like gather wood and fashion, like a Burma or something like that?
Can I make a survival check to find any sort of sustenance?
Yeah,
Okay, and that's with disadvantage.
correct.
12.
Okay, so you sort of poke through the beach, hoping that there's some sort of mussel or mollusk or something that might be edible, because you look out over the ruins of what must have been a city, and you don't see any trees. You don't see anything that would indicate living things. The birds sort of flit above. The carrion birds continue to circle closer, but as you poke through the beach and sort of dig through, you just find like old shells occasionally that don't have anything inside them.
Siegfried is going to lay down on his back on the beach, look at the sky, and have the sword across his chest like a knightly crypt statue, and just wait.
Yeah, if I don't find anything, I will rest.
All right, boys, let's flip the boat over. We can use it as a shelter, at least for now. Come on, Thurman.
I'll help flip the boat.
Oh,
You guys just trying to like sleep underneath the boat?
Yeah,
propped up against. We drag.
Yeah, we take
to
it
the-
up in the sand and dig a little hole.
We
like-
lean it up against the tree, like a couple
There's
trees.
not trees.
There's no trees
Yeah, we
No.
can use
or
the
a
beach.
building. There's
There's
ruins.
not
right?
enough. There's not enough of the building to support the trees. either.
Really? There's
Whatever
no
happened
rock
to this
foundation?
city flattened it.
All right. Is there any
Like-
wood or anything or
No.
stone we can lift? We can pile up.
You're certainly too exhausted to
Just too
try.
tired.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to sleep under. We can just dig out the sand a little bit.
Yeah, that works. I'll just use my legs.
Can I tell what tide it is right now? Is it low tide or high tide?
You can tell where the tide line is and get the boat up above the tide line.
Okay.
Being an experienced sailor, that's not an issue for you.
Because I've seen it before where people leave their nice things by the beach and they go off to go urinate or something in the bushes, and then they come back and the tide is taking their little chair away. Because they got a little too close to Mother Nature. We're going to make it through this, boys.
Siegfried, you said you were staring up at the sky. Give me a perception check.
Oh, certainly. With disadvantage. So a 5.
So it is just a 5. So you do continue to see the carrion birds circling up above you.
Passive is 9, so I imagine I'm zoned out on the ground, waiting for a vulture to get close to me.
Your eyes are just like closed. You're trying to fall asleep, but it feels like when you're too tired even to sleep. You know this. You have 3 toddlers. But you are quite an intelligent person. You realize that these birds have been circling closer towards you guys. And as shadow falls, you begin to hear some scuffling from afar from the shore. And then not long after you hear the first scuffles in your exhausted state, each of you begins to hear a shrieking in your brain that keeps you from falling asleep. It's sort of like a wordless howling in the area that is in a language that you don't speak.
Are you guys hearing that in your head too? I'm hearing this horrible screeching sound. Do you hear that? It's driving me crazy. I can't get any sleep.
Sounds like my Aunt Phyllis.
I had a dip. Can you recap the last 5 minutes, please?
There is a wordless shrieking keeping you guys all awake as night begins to fall.
Auntie, is that you?
What the hell is that?
But we hear like a scuffle, right?
Give me a
You said-
perception check.
Stupid disadvantage. 5.
Damn.
So the 5 is not great, but these things do not have anywhere to hide as you look up. I'm going to push this auto roll initiative button.
Oh God.
And you look up above the lip of the boat that was on Thaddeus, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sort of wasted looking gray-skinned creatures
What?
shambling, sort of walking like they don't have much strength left in them either, towards you. And when your head pops up, the shrieking in all of your guys' head intensifies. You are seen, and they alert and begin running towards you at the speed that you would expect a normal human to run. Andreas is the first person who will be able to react.
So I'm under the boat still?
Yeah, you guys set up sort of like a shelter using the oars in the boat so you could be protected from the night sky. But I assume Andreas hollers some sort of alarm for you, or Thaddeus.
Wake up! These things are coming! You can't sleep anyway because they're screeching! Listen, I have no weapons! Get the oars! The oars, yeah.
You have your weapons.
Oh, we have our weapons. Okay.
Yeah, you were in a fight. I assume you guys didn't ditch all your stuff overboard. I mean, if
No,
you did,
we have our pack
can
and
do
everything. No.
that.
All right. Shing! I
That's silly.
pull out my bow and arrow. I'm not asking questions. I don't want to know I don't care if they're the nicest beings. Miss.
10 does not hit.
Okay.
One of the things continues to move quickly towards you, and now you can see it looks a lot like the man who you pulled out of the wreckage while you were on the boat. It's sort of like a tall and thin, pale-skinned humanoid with long, sort of unkempt hair. And sort of, it's still wearing clothes, but they're clothes that are certainly going more towards rags than covering the creature as it runs towards you twice, and then it's Thaddeus's turn.
Okay, and there's 10 of them.
Yeah.
Exhaustion pretty much fucks up everything, right? Like, will that make my saves harder or easier for them?
No.
Okay.
Has no effect on save DCs.
Okay. But my attack rolls have disadvantage, so let's try
And
a
you would
little.
have probably cast at least one Purify Water today.
What level was that?
I don't recall.
I'll look it up in a second and put it on there. I will do Sacred Flames at one of them, the closest one. 14 dex save.
If roll your damage.
Okay. 6. Was it radiant damage? Radiant
Flame
damage.
does indeed do radiant damage.
Yeah.
Thurman.
Wow. All right, so I'm in the boat. How close are they?
The nearest one that just got sacred flamed is about 30 feet away. The rest are in sort of a pack, 60 feet behind it.
Okay. Am I able to do rage? I guess.
Does it cost you an exhaustion point when you come out of it?
No. If you are knocked unconscious or your turn ends, then you have an attack to hot squirt. Yeah, it comes out of it.
Okay. So
There's nothing-
since you're not a frenzy barbarian that gets exhausted by going into a frenzy rage that would leave you dead on the other end, yeah, you could go into a rage.
All right, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I can't move at all, right?
Correct.
So I will stand at ready, drop my
You just
shield.
like climb up to a knee, bellowing.
I'll throw my shield at at one of them. Nah, never mind. That's not
Tired, it just slides over onto the other side of the
too-
boat.
Yeah, I just sort of lop it over, and then I just ready like I'm just looking at him like heavy faced and like with both my axes out, waiting and it's like ow. Oh, go.
They don't know who they're messing with.
Two more of them continue to just dash wildly, and you see the shrieking that you hear in your ears. Now you can tell, now that they're getting closer and coming into the areas where some of you can see in the dim light of dusk, these things' mouths are not open. Like, they're not like screaming at you, but you can clearly hear the screams inside of you. Siegfried.
I'll Undertaker sit up and get up and put the sword in a guard stance and take the dodge action and be ready if anyone gets close, but can't move, obviously.
The rest of them continue to run up in the pack that they were in, and then it is Andreas's turn again.
Right. I'm going to say, hold on there. Calm down. We aren't the adventurers you're looking for. They're down the beach. The red boat. See, this is the white boat. And I cast calm emotions upon them.
What is the save for calm emotions?
13. It's a concentration. Charisma. I bet you they have a horrible charisma.
As you feel like your spell is attempting to like quiet them and calm them down, right? You can feel your spell sort of sink into a brain, but as you feel that, you also feel like there's a second brain inside of these things, creatures. Like there are several people inside of them.
Huh.
And then as that lead one that had just been like hit by Sacred Flame continues to charge forward, Thaddeus, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. As this thing screaming sort of reaches a peak, and you can feel like its will and its anger and its pain and its hunger piercing into your mind and attempting to tear it apart.
16.
All right, you do not take any damage as your will is able to hold it off, but then it is your turn as the thing reaches sort of the other side of the boat and begins to clamber over it.
Well, then it's time. I will toll the dead. Have it make a 14 wisdom save.
It resists your spell. Derman.
All right, they're right up on us now.
One of them is, yes.
Yeah, I go after him. Let's see. Oh, oops! It's disadvantage, right, to attack.
Correct.
Ooh, 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 12 points.
You swing the axe, just your training and your practice overcoming the weariness, and you just quick bury your axe in the things like where its neck meets the shoulder, breaking his collarbone and driving him into the ground. Then look up tired as a pair more come rushing, and suddenly you feel your mind being torn apart.
Hold on, is that a reaction? Because I have my bonus action still.
No, this is their next turn. There was only the one that was there, so I don't.
Oh, he's down. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
he's
All right,
down.
so all right.
So then these other two come rushing forward, and as they rush forward, they're damaged and hungry, and whatever is wrong with them psyches reach into your mind and attempt to tear it apart. So I need 2 wisdom saving throws.
That's disadvantage on each of them.
Yeah.
All right, so that was 7 on one. Oh my god. Oh, 2 on the other.
All right. So the first one will do 17 psychic damage to you.
Okay, I'm gonna use
The second one
Stone's
does
endurance.
7.
I'm gonna do Stone's endurance.
Okay.
So reduce damage dealt to you 1d12 plus 3 once per short rest.
Okay.
1d12. Oh, 13 points damage
So you take
reduction,
a total of 11 psychic damage.
and then half damage because I'm
psychic
raging.
damage is not halved when you
Oh, it's
rage
not. Oh, it's not. Yeah, never mind. It's not that. All right, how much then?
You took a total of 11.
Total of 11 damage.
Yes, and now it is Siegfried's turn.
Wow, nothing's close to me, or am I in range?
Two of them are very close to you,
We will make
but
a.
everything is very within range of your Eldritch Blasts.
Well, they're close to me, so they get the whack. They get the booming blade. Disadvantage. Should I do the thing? Should I do the thing? No, not with these. He killed them in one hit, so hopefully I could do the same.
It took them 2 hits to kill them.
Thurman doesn't have 2 attacks.
That one had already been Sacred Flame.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. 14 did?
Hits.
11 damage. And he's booming bladed in case he wants to leave.
Okay. The remaining 4, 5, 6, 7 come rushing forward. Andreas, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. With disadvantage, I'm sure, right?
Correct.
Yep, 5.
You will take 9 psychic damage, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I have another.
And then I need Siegfried to take a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 9.
Siegfried will take 9 psychic damage, sir. Thaddeus, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Seven.
You will take 13 psychic damage.
What's half of 35?
18.
18. Okay.
Siegfried, take a psychic, or give me a wisdom saving throw.
You got it. That's a 1. 31.
All right, so you had 1 hit point left after half, so you are unconscious. As you find yourself ripped, and you see in these dreams as you're knocked unconscious, you can see yourself staring up at at some sort of strange undulating thing that is sort of primeval and ancient, and all you can feel from it is hate and pain. And for the first time in your unlife, sort of true terror as you stare upon this thing, trying to keep your own thoughts together and hold everything against this being as it tries to unmake your psyche where you are. Andreas, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, fail.
Oh, he rolled 3 psychic damage.
Just 3.
And Thurman,
All right, so there's 2 on.
I need a
Next
wisdom.
week?
I need a wisdom saving
wait.
throw.
Again?
Yeah. All of these things. This is how they fight.
Oh, come on. No! 3.
You gotta put some cotton swab in your ears.
6 psychic
Ow.
damage to you.
It hurts me so much.
And then it is Andreas's turn. He is unconscious. He also sees this thing attempting to rip his psyche apart as he makes a death saving throw.
I'm down.
Yes, you have 27 hit points at your maximum. Half of that is 14. No, you're right. You got 2 hit points left.
That's right. Now is where we turn the tide. I say, good night, sweetheart. It's time to go to sleep. And I cast sleep as a 2nd level spell on the closest one to me. Actually, yeah. Well, actually, whoever's the most hurt one gets affected first.
You're going to be very upset by this.
But they're
Wait a minute.
immune to
But
sleep.
these creatures are immune to sleep.
Okay. Well, it's good. We're working these vulnerabilities out now.
Our max hit points have too, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. What's half of 45? Jesus. 23? Right? Or is it round down?
A half of 45 is 23.
Right.
And you
Oops.
just jumped up to 68. That's
Yeah,
not
I
correct.
went the wrong way. There we go.
Thaddeus.
Hold on. Oh, my current HP went down. What the hell?
Can I reach Siegfried?
Yeah, you guys are all right next to each other.
Okay, I'm going to Cure Wounds as a 2nd level spell on Siegfried. So 16, 20 HP.
Okay, so you feel something sort of like resisting your magic as you channel it and attempt to like force it into him briefly, as if there's something that has a hold of him on the other side. But then through your magic, you're able to disentangle that hold and pull him back. And he looks up at you. Back at full health because he doesn't have 20 hit points.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thurman.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting my hit points properly. I have 17 hit points because I took 20 or 28 hit points. I mean, yeah, or whatever it was. Shit, what was it?
You're
No, I
correct.
took
You
7.
take-
No, I took
You
17.
should have had
I
23,
have, like-
and you have taken.
But I took 17. Or
Yeah, you have 6 hit points left.
yeah. Hold on, I gotta fix. Oh my god. All right. Okay. I'm gonna swing with all my might with my battle axe. There's 2 of them in front of me.
There, you are in the middle of a throng that has 9 of them in it.
All right, I'm gonna spin around like as with all my might, like just swinging my battle axe. Here we go. Wow! Oh my god! 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Great, and then my bonus action. Hand axe. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a 10 to hit again. Or, yeah, 12 to hit.
A 12 does hit.
Oh, well, good. Okay. 6 points of damage.
A second one, the one that Siegfried had hit with his sword, goes down.
Oh, start killing these things. I can't kill them all.
In the ruins, you see sort of like a glowing light racing towards you, sort of across the land. As one of them attempts to tear apart the mind of Siegfried. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. That's a 9 again.
Siegfried will take 9 points of psychic damage, leaving him at 1 hit point again.
No, I got healed to 19, so now I have 10.
But you Aren't you normally at like 19 hit points?
No, I have 37 hit points.
Oh, look at
I
you.
already
Jesus,
have
I
this
have
card.
35 myself.
I
Yeah.
think you're bad at math on having there though, because you have.
No, that's right. Yeah. Because 18 would be 36, so it's 19.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Take that.
Okay. It's your turn though.
Hoo-ha! Well, I want to get some health back by killing something. Will Hexblade curse one of them? That's the one that gives me health back if it dies, right? Yes, it does. Let's go. Ooh, so 21.
Hits.
Plus 2 damage. 6. Ooh. So that would be 17. 11 plus 6. Yeah, 17 damage.
He goes down.
Got it. And give me 6 hit points back from that guy. Suck his fucking soul out of his weird creature body.
Andreas, give me a wisdom save.
Okay. With disadvantage. 11.
You passed. You hold your mind together.
Nice.
Thaddeus, give me a wisdom save.
$17.
Did you do that with disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled double 11s.
Boy. Oh, you are doing it correctly, unlike everyone else. So the fact that I only saw one number.
No,
Everyone else rolls 2 wisdom saves, and you did it correctly. So it makes you look like you're cheating.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
on my screen I didn't cheat.
Thurman.
So
Yeah, Thurman.
What?
Wisdom save, please.
What's the correct way?
you can right click the stat and choose disadvantage and then choose roll, so it rolls twice for you.
Oh, that would have been nice to know.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And you can do the same thing with advantage as well, so it rolls
All
both
right,
at
I
the
rolled
same
a
time.
10.
All right. Terminator. You'll take 3 psychic damage.
I'm almost dead.
Siegfried, wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, a 2.
Siegfried, you will take, also 3 psychic damage. Bringing us back around to Andreas. Wisdom save. Okay. Taking us then to Thaddeus.
Okay, everyone's up.
Your wisdom save. Sorry.
Oh, wisdom save. Another one?
Yep.
Damn. Stop it. Oh, 9.
You will take 4 psychic damage. It was
Ooh.
almost 10.
Ooh.
That 1d10 rolled from an 8 to a 2 at the last sort of bounce off the
Good.
side of my screen.
Good, I can heal myself.
Does anybody have silence or something? Jeez.
These things aren't talking.
Oh, it's all in our heads.
Yes. And then that brings us to you, Thurman, to make a wisdom save.
Again?
Yeah, this is the last one.
I
Then it's
just
Andreas'
did.
turn.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, 9.
You will take 15 psychic damage.
I'm dead.
You are down, and now you see the thing which Siegfried has already seen, this ancient sort of primordial being of hate sort of reaching out at you through the void as it attempts to like pull you inside of itself. Andreas, it's your turn.
Okay. You backed me into a corner of a boat, have you? Now you're ready to see how I really scrap. Come here, you punk. And I pull out my long sword. And I miss terribly. Wait, yeah, 8 to hit.
8 does not hit.
I'm
Thaddeus.
so tired.
What kind of action is it to take a potion?
Bonus.
Perfect. I will use my potion first, and then heal up Thurman. So 2d4 plus 2. So I'll get 9 HP back. And then I will cast another 2nd level Cure Wounds on Thurman for 20 HP.
Go. All right, hold on.
And it is then your turn, Thurman.
It's my turn.
Yep.
Sorry, I cut out.
Yes.
All right. I'll thank you so much. Like, I attacked another one with my disadvantage. Oh, that would have been awesome. It was a natural 20. 8. Son of a
8 does not hit.
no. 9.
Does not hit.
Freaking rolls. Ow.
Okay, make your saves this round so I can bless us.
I'll roll better.
You guys then see the light that you had seen rushing towards you last turn reach you now, and all of the creatures that are around you sort of shy away from that light. Like you can, so like you all again get the sense that this is not a physical light, but like a mental one that you're perceiving. But it appears to be sort of piercing the minds of these creatures, which shy away from it. And just sort of like you can hear the shrieking that's in your mind sort of change keen so that it's more pained and fearful and raw rather than aggressive and hungry like it had been. Then it is Siegfried's turn.
We're going to capitalize this. I'll poke a finger at the nearest one and say, you, and we'll cast Hex on it. Kill him in one hit, hopefully. If we hit.
So now you have a straight attack against it as it is frightened.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled 2 and 1 was a 20, but I'll just roll again because I don't want to make it fun. So that is a 14.
14 hits.
All right, with the Hex damage plus 6. Stay on the desk. Not great, 7, so 13 damage.
And it is not down.
Low rolls.
But you see it tear off, running away from you down the beach. Running in the opposite, sort of like as far away from that light, advancing out of the ruins as it can. Then you see 2 more chase off after it the same way. And then you can see in the dark, right?
120 feet of pure vision, my friend.
All right, you see a man who certainly looks like he's one of these things, but you see him raise his left, take his right hand back behind him and throw, and it seems like it's briefly, you can see just like a ripple of force from his hand as it flings one of the things running away out into the water. And then four more of them shriek, running away from the light as they dash off into the night. And then it is Andreas's turn.
So no more of these things are creeping all around here?
No more. So the ones that were like piled on you and were like tearing apart your minds are running away. They're about 30 feet away from you. But there are newcomers who were attacking those things. Siegfried saw one of them like attack him with a ripple of force. Obviously, there's a very bright sort of light in your mind, though, as you look around, like it doesn't appear to be like glowing as if there's like a bubble of light to help you see Andreas in your blind human eyes. But you can definitely see like a gleaming walking towards you out of the direction that the ruins were in.
My
Alright, I'm
damn it eyes.
I'm going to very quickly try to sneak and hide behind the boat.
Okay.
I got a 16 with disadvantage.
Okay. Thaddeus.
I will. Is there any of them hurt that are still next to us?
They're 30 feet away from you. There's no
They're all
one
30
right next
feet?
to you. Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if one didn't run away. Then I will just toll the dead on a hurt one. Wisdom 14.
You sense sort of the same sort of thing that Andreas sensed before. Like as you sort of seize onto one of their minds to force your magic into it, it's almost like a second mind or a third mind flings you out of their body and your spell doesn't do anything. Thurman.
Are we? Can I? Am I in enough range to throw a hand axe at him?
What's the range of a thrown weapon?
What is the range of a thrown weapon?
60 long, I think.
Is it?
20 short, 60 long. It should be, but I don't know for sure.
It's still disadvantage then.
Long would be, yeah.
Let me try it. I'll throw my spare hand axe at him. In a rate. Oh!
What'd you get?
Oh my god. 6. Son of a gun.
All right, you're too tired to throw your axe. Like your instincts say, throw this axe, and you throw, and it just like settles 5-10 feet in front of you, just sort of feebly.
None of you saw that throw. You did not see it.
I didn't see anything, Thurman.
It did not happen. It's fake news.
Okay, after Thurman, it is. You guys can now feel a voice sort of shouting out commands in this same sort of gibberish language that the creature you found in the shipwreck was speaking at you before. And you can see then several other figures dash off after the creatures that had been fighting you. And you can leave sort of the area of the light, including the guy who Siegfried saw before. as they begin like chasing down the creatures that had attacked you. Siegfried, your turn.
Can I still see the one that I hexed? Is it too far?
You can tell where he is because that's the way the hex works.
Is he within 120 feet?
Yes.
We're gonna raise up the great sword and swipe it down at two, or well, I guess it's one right now. Wave of energy will cascade at him. Am I still at advantage, or are we doing straight now?
So you are normally disadvantaged for attacks.
Oh, right.
He
'cause I'm
is still frightened of the light
so
for a minute, so it would still be a straight attack. Yes.
straight attack. Well, 13 still hits, right?
13 hits.
Yeah. So 10 plus 2, so 12.
All right, it goes down.
Boom, hits him in the back. I'm going to get 6 hit points back and go back to my half full. So.
All right, let me see. What spell options there are. All right, so the things dash away, and then the screaming in your mind sort of fades as the things leave your immediate area, and you can hear just the sounds and now you can hear the physical sounds of things out in the darkness outside of your sight, screaming in pain and agony in languages in a language that you do not understand. And then slowly the light that you saw fades into a creature who looks very much like the things that had just chased you. He's a tall and powerfully built man who slightly resembles an elf, just like the other guy did, but his figures are gaunter and more warlike and haggard than any elf you've ever seen, and he's also more powerfully built than an elf that you have ever seen. And you suddenly, I need all of you to make a charisma save.
With disadvantage.
Mr. World, I'm behind the boat hiding.
He knows where you are.
You're mute.
7.
10.
Two. Thurman doesn't have a chance.
Suddenly you guys hear a voice in your head that certainly matches the figure, but you, again, as you look up at him, you can see his lips aren't moving. And he says, "You can rest now. The unsevered are gone." Though you can tell that those words that you're hearing and understanding are certainly not the words that are being said. It's as if he's speaking to you entirely in sort of like an innate transfer of the ideas from his brain to yours, rather than as actual words or concepts the way that you would expect them to be. Yeah, as Andreas wrote in Meanings. Like, you innately understand this voice in your head, but it's not because it speaks in words that you know.
The intent is clear.
Yes.
I will give him a courtly bow as thanks for the assistance, and ask, do you speak relative to our language, or is this all mental?
heard your words before, but your meaning is plain enough from your thoughts.
I kneel and like just kind of plop my axe. Well, I go grab my axe and I kneel at him.
He says, what does all this mean, this bowing and kneeling?
Thank you.
Why?
You're clearly not a girly man. You saved our lives. The screaming was too much. Sounded like my auntie. I couldn't stand her. It was driving me crazy. I almost died. I did die.
He says, where do you come from?
We come from a land to the west. We were in search of a land to the east. I am Siegfried. These are my companions.
We were on the boat.
What is your name?
I am called Ballard.
My name is Thurman. If you don't know me now, I am Terminator. If you don't know me now, you'll know me later.
Motion for Thaddeus and Andreas to introduce themselves to our new friend.
I'm too stunned by Thurman right now.
Well, hey, it's nice to meet you. My name's Andreas. I'm sort of the captain of this operation, and I know the most about the ocean. We're a long way from home, and I tell you, those things would have eaten us alive or whatever they do to us. So I really appreciate you taking care of us. And if there's anything we can do to help you out, because we might be needing some help ourselves there, sir.
Says, you seem weak.
Yes.
All of your kind this way?
So tired. So tired. I want to go
Well-
to sleep.
Technically, people shouldn't even been able to survive as long as we survived out on that ship. That little jolly boat we were riding.
Ship. What? You still have ships.
Yes, we have wonderful ships. The Sendon Marines were the best military operation.
Sendon.
Yes. That's where we're from. But you have to meet our friend Thaddeus. He is a stand-up dwarf. I tell you that.
Dwarf. Small.
Small, but built like a tank.
Tank.
Yeah.
What's this? Tank.
Well, it's the thing that we put water in so that cattle can drink the water when they're free ranging.
Cattle. Yes, once we had those. Where's this Thaddeus?
Well, here's Thaddeus.
I am Thaddeus. Thank you for saving us. I don't know if we could have survived with how tired we are.
Yes, tired. Rest, please.
Well, thank you. We would love to talk more after we rest.
Potrus will protect your dreams. And then he waves at one of the other figures who's built very similar to him, clearly the same race as him. Begins walking around you, sort of dragging he like leans down a little bit, but you can see like as he swirls his hand, sort of like the sand moves, and he wraps you in a magic circle. And he says, Rest now. Potrus will take you to me in the morning. He'll.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice. And I crawl up underneath the boat in the magic circle or wherever it is. And I quickly go to sleep.
Is Potrus staying with us?
Apparently.
Siegfried will write that name down. Potris, not Potras. Siegfried will stand in the middle of his friends with the sword in the ground. Stand and wait. Because I just have to be motionless to rest, so I'll wake.
Do you have anything to eat? We're starving. I can eat a horse.
Like we're literally starving. I would not exaggerate this.
Potrus reaches into a belt pouch he has and he pulls out 4 long, sort of pale tubers and holds them out to you.
It's not a tuba.
Thank you.
No.
As you eat these, they're clearly some sort of root that you're unfamiliar with, but is slightly peppery.
Would you say like a large radish? Like a carrot-sized radish?
Like a carrot-shaped kohlrabi or something like that.
Oh, I'm growing kohlrabi back at one of my ladies' houses.
And so, as you guys fall asleep, for the first time that any of you can remember in your sleep, you have 0 dreams at all.
Even me?
Even you, inside of your resting as you relax, and you always have these dreams of the creature, and the pull of like your old life and things. You guys, for the first time in any of your memories, have absolutely no dreams. A dark and restful sleep. And you wake up as the sun beats down on you. And as you look over, you can now see Potrus in the light, all of you.
Looks like an angel. Look at him protecting us. He's such a manly
You
man.
can see he's not wearing any armor as he sort of sits with his legs crossed and sort of just like his hands resting as he sort of meditates rather than sleeping.
Some kind of wizard or something. Maybe they got elf blood.
Has he been that way all night?
He has. And as you say some kind of elf blood, he's like, no, there are no elves here. There are only the Kalashtar and the Dreamers.
The Kalashtar. Now, are you a Kalashtar or a dreamer?
I am a Kalashtar. The Dreamers are something else.
Now, what were those horrible green, gray creatures with the psychic attacks upon us? What would you call them?
They're also Kalashtar, but they're the Unsevered.
The Unsevered.
The Dreamers control their thoughts.
What would you call us?
I don't know. Never seen anything like you.
Well, listen, this is what you can call us. Your best friend. We came here from so many miles away to explore this place, and I hope we're welcome here. Because I tell you what, if we can come back and complete our mission, we would look like a pretty big deal.
Tanad disagrees.
How can you disagree with
Kana
that?
has searched through your brains while you slept.
Well, what are you doing searching through my brain while I'm sleeping? I thought I would have got a good night's sleep, and you're in here delving into my brain.
Tana was attracted to the fear.
Ah,
It warded off the bad dreams the fear would have caused.
now why do you have all these the unsevered just running around here? Is this some kind of side effect of one of your decisions that you made in the past?
Not my decision.
What happened to this place here? With it looked like it got smashed by a kraken's foot.
The dreamers.
The dreamers. So these dreamers are an adversary of yours or something?
The dreamers destroyed Kindas.
So this place used to be called Kindas.
Everything used to be called Kindas. This place used to be called Buried.
Now is this
There are many
place?
ships here.
Oh,
No more
ships.
ships come.
Oh, no more. So you used to have ships come here.
Before the dreamers awoke.
Okay, let me tell you a story. We had our ship. We were sent here all the way from Sendus. And I tell you, we sailed all the way here and we met a person that looked similar to you. And they were a cannibal. They attacked us. And then
Think about the thing you're describing.
think about, okay, so I put a mental picture in my mind.
All right. You feel something forcing itself against your thoughts now when you're awake. Do you want to submit to it or no?
Yeah, I'll let him get in there.
It says deep,
Tits.
a
Ass.
deep one.
Titties.
He just sees ass and tits.
They're deep. They're monsters. They're not of the dreamers.
Oh, so this doesn't have anything to do with you and your peoples.
No.
Okay, good.
Well, it took one of our forms, but they're not.
Oh.
They're not Kalashtar.
Oh.
More than one monster to slay in this
There are old stories of sea monsters and those types of creatures, but the ships were destroyed by the dreamers.
Well, so that's what happened to our ship. And we sailed for 6
Sailed?
weeks. Well,
What's sailed?
rowed.
What's rowed?
Okay, so what we do is we grab these long sticks and we pull them through
Andreas.
the water.
Andreas, use images in your head.
All right, yeah. So I show them the images of sail ships, of many amazing sail ships that I
Does
was
your
on.
ships travel on the water?
Yes, right on the top. Right on
Why?
the- you don't want to go under.
Why don't they go higher?
What do you mean?
Why don't your ships go higher? Why do they stay so close to the water?
Well, that's where they float. You see, a ship's got to float on the water with a proper hull, reinforced certain points. Either you're going to go with a clinker or the other kind, you know.
Ships don't fly like Birdie.
Yes, they do.
I'm not that smart, but you can't fool me. I know ships don't fly.
Yes, they do.
You're messing with me.
No.
So
I'm
you're
not
telling
testing.
me the ships that used to come into this place were used to fly in here?
All ships flew.
Wow. I think I need to go to your library. Do you have writings? Do you know what writing is?
Of course. They wrote once. But the writings attracted the dreamers.
Hmm. Now, do the dreamers have a physical form?
What do you mean?
Like, how would you describe what they looked like, the dreamers? And where'd they come from?
We don't know where they came from. They were in the dream. So we severed ourselves. And then the dreamers can't reach us.
But the unsevered must certainly be still connected to the dreamers.
Correct. The dreamers dominate their brains, turn them into, as you saw.
Mindless,
No,
double-minded.
their souls are still in unison, but in pain.
Fascinating. Now, how many of these unsevered would you say there are?
How many stars are in the sky? How can you tell these things? The numbers are too big.
Do you actively wage war against them?
We watch for them.
I have so many questions. Do you have more time? I hate to inconvenience you with so many questions. And I'm sure my good shipsmen here my shipmates would have questions as well.
Ballard has told me to watch you.
And watch you have, and I tell you, we are very lucky to have y'all.
Luck.
Yeah, I start. Oh, I don't have a cigarette, do I? On me. I don't have a blunt or anything on my character. I say, hey, do you smoke anything around here? Do you know what smoking is?
Fire, yes.
Sometimes what I like to do is I roll up a nice little leafy tube. I light it on fire and I smoke it and smoke it.
Why?
It makes me relax.
Porta, should we go see Ballard? Did I not say we should go see him when we woke?
If you're ready to go see him, yes. Are you ready? Are you rested?
I think we need 4 more days of rest to be fully rested, but yes, we can move. Will you lead the way?
Of course. Let me reopen the dream. And then you see he waves his hand and he pushes sort of like the sand along the ground and it breaks the circle. And suddenly it's like something you didn't even realize was missing comes back. Like obviously like you were conscious and able to think and felt like yourselves, but in breaking the circle, something that was part of you but that you couldn't tell that turn. There he goes. Very well follow.
Do I feel the draw again?
Yes.
Which way?
Again, still far, far to the west. I suppose Siegfried would notice most particularly the return of this feeling, because he didn't feel it inside the circle at all. He says, very well, if you're ready. And then he begins moving up through the flat, sort of wasted, flattened ruins of Beriud. And eventually you find yourself moving into sort of an arid shrubland where there isn't really much signs of life here. There's obviously plants, but and the birds that you saw yesterday, occasionally you'll see like a group of them fly out of a bush that couldn't possibly have held that many. And they always seem to fly directly away from Potris as he leads you across the plains and eventually down into these rocks where you see a circle transcribed in the flat stone, and this circle is sort of inlaid in some sort of luminescent gemstone that sort of glows a faint purple. And he says, this will take us to Bellard. Do you have any more questions before you meet him?
Botus, can I show you something? And, I'll think of that creature we found on the boat. If I remember right, the centipede-like crazy thing. Does this look familiar to you?
Dreamer.
Makes sense. So
What do you got there? Wait. What's that thing?
Remember the creature we found on the boat?
Yeah, it was like a mollusk man.
This is Dreamer.
No, way back on the boat before
It brought you into the dream.
we went into the dream.
Oh,
That was literally a dreamer.
No.
Just another pawn.
Just controlled. It slept. When those who are vulnerable fall asleep near the dreamers, they can take you over, pull you into their world. Tana will protect you. Don't worry, Andreas.
what do I have to be worried about? I should be dead 20 times by now.
I don't know. Tana won't tell me.
We'll see. Whatever fate brings us. I guess you guys don't drink alcohol either. Do you
It's
drink
rare.
alcohol?
Not since the dreamers.
They've taken all the good stuff away from you. They take your ships. They take your alcohol, your cigarettes, everything.
Clouds the mind. Opens things up for the dreamers.
Oh, man. Don't let them come over to send us then. Because nobody's mind is closed over there. I seen this guy anyway.
You don't have the dreamers in Sendus?
No, not that we see nothing like this. I mean, you have plenty of people killing each other just for a job on a ship. You have all kinds of other stuff going on, but you don't have necessarily psychic dreamers interwoven in the landscape of the society.
Are you sure?
I mean, sometimes the politicians seems like they must be dreamers because they're just totally irrational. But not that it's not a thing that you would say, "Hey, there's a dreamer," and then somebody would understand what you're saying, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
So when I talk to you, you're talking about dreamers, you're talking about this guy, that guy. And it's all new to me. But it's not new to you. See, in Sendus, if you said dreamer, somebody would just say, well,
What do you call the dreamers in Sendus?
I don't think we have dreamers in Sendus. Unless the dreamers are something that I don't quite understand what they are.
Well, how are the dreamers not in Sendus?
I don't know. Maybe some distance by the sea has protected Sendus from the dreamers? Huh?
There's no sea in the dream.
I don't know. Maybe Sendus is totally overrun with these. Maybe my baby mama is a dreamer.
Don't joke about such things.
They were on the boat about halfway. Perhaps they have just not reached that land yet, but they could.
Which boat?
The
With
boat
the
that
deep-
the boat that I showed you with the creature. that
With
we
the
fought
deep thing, or with
before that, the other boat.
Thurman's friend?
Yes.
Thurman, that was not your friend. You don't have to worry about what you did.
I don't.
What was that guy's name anyway?
I don't want to think about it.
He was your good friend. You had to kill him. What was his name?
Grimjaw.
Grimjaw.
Don't say his name.
Nah,
He was such a bad man in the end.
but he was a dreamer.
But he was my friend.
He was not a dreamer. The thing that took him was.
Where did he go when the dreamer took him? Did he come back?
Maybe we can find him.
No.
Why?
The unsevered who've been taken by the dreamers cannot come back. It's known this way.
Where did they live now? If the dreamers don't live. If the dreamers that had them don't live anymore.
The dreamers. I suppose they must live.
Where did they go?
The dream.
Where's the dream? When I go to sleep?
Yes. When you sleep, you recklessly fling your dream about. The dreamers would find you immediately.
My dreams don't fling about. My dreams are very, very powerful and very strong.
They are,
not flimsy.
but they're reckless. Uncontrolled. Bright.
What's wrong with that?
It brings the dreamers.
So has anyone tried to enter the dream world to defeat the dreamers?
Ballard has killed 3 dreamers.
And how many are there?
How many stars are in the sky?
Well, there's no point in trying to take all the stars out of the sky because they're infinite.
Well,
There's at least 100
Yes.
stars in the sky.
This is true.
It's like taking 3 drops of water out of the ocean and say you're going to dry it up.
This is true.
You see?
So many are there dreamers.
Maybe you should join with them. You know?
He throws his hand at you. And I need you to make a dexterity
I knew that
save.
You can't beat them. Join them. And
Make a dexterity save, Andreas.
is this am I rested up enough yet to make
You
normal
are
rolls?
level 4 exhaustion.
Oh, God. Is that still disadvantage?
Yes. You're not able to
Oh, I
move.
didn't make it.
Everything else is still the same.
So maybe we shouldn't join with them. I was just kidding. I'm just trying to get a reaction out of you.
Make your dexterity save.
I failed.
So you feel just like the air and the force wrap around you and slam you into the ground.
Oof.
As Portrait sort of walks over towards you, holding his hand down, and you can tell that it's him pushing you to the ground, but you can't tell with what. And she says, Don't say that ever again. Kindis is destroyed because of the Dreamers. I will never join them. Until the last Dreamer is destroyed, the Kalashtar resist.
Yeah, but they're anyway. I don't want to argue. You saved us. I don't want to be rude. I just kind of come up with some outside the box thinking sometimes.
These things you say are not forgivable. I will never forget them.
Okay. I'm sorry. Apologies.
You are not
Andreas, be
forgiven.
careful.
Okay.
Don't make bad friends.
And then
Don't
he
be
lets.
mean.
Then his telekinesis relaxes, and you're able to move around again.
Ah,
Only because Ballard told me to bring you. Do you still breathe?
okay. I won't broach that subject again. No negotiations with the Dreamers at all.
How do you fight such a force? Countless and controlling an entire realm of existence.
With your will, your ability to resist their strength, your disbelief in them weakens them. Makes them vulnerable.
I am very
And
strong.
with your
Look at
will,
me.
you can then tear them apart.
You see my muscles? Look, see?
Few are capable of doing this thing.
So you're saying I should have been a pure paladin so we'd have +5 to our saves.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, pick Andreas up. Don't forgive, but please excuse our dumb friend.
He is not forgiven, nor excused.
His mouth has gotten him into plenty of trouble. I am not surprised that it has led to this new place as well.
It is his thoughts that get him into trouble, his intentions behind them. He's
My
foolish.
friend is funny. He says things all the time that are funny and not true.
He's reckless and foolish,
So funny.
ignorant.
Do you have comedians? It's funny to watch.
No hair jokes.
How could we
He gets slapped.
to have comedians? Says your true thoughts behind your words are plain. These lies that you tell each other and me out loud, they mean nothing. Very well. I shall take you to Ballard now. Step inside the wheel.
Gladly.
And you guys then step inside the purple circle, and then with a moment of purple begin to glow brighter and brighter and brighter until all around you is surrounded by the purple light, even though there obviously is no source of light inside the world, and your entire being feels as if it's being disintegrated and rebuilt. And then you find yourself in a large room on the other side with several Kalashtar standing near a sort of a stone table with several different colored gemstones and signal lights radiating soft glows up at them. And the four of you and Potris are all in this room, and he says, Ballard will come get you. This one should keep his thoughts to himself.
Yeah, Thurman, keep your thoughts to yourself. Nobody wants to hear these crazy things you keep talking about.
And Potrus walks away. Clearly not a friend that you've made.
Okay, listen. I'm just kidding, Thurman. That guy doesn't like me anymore.
I think you're funny, you know I do, but you
It
made
was-
him mad.
It was funny, though.
It was funny.
It was kind of funny.
Andreas, can you stop making people angry when we have no idea where we are?
I knew where you were going
I mean,
with it.
we're completely at their mercy.
Don't make them angry.
Sometimes you need to challenge people, even though they think they shouldn't be challenged. You know, I fought the
Andreas.
law and the law won, but
Andreas.
you still got to fight the law.
If you are attacked and you are in the wrong, I will not help you. They at
You-
least have been courteous to us. And you insinuated that the
They
beings
they-
that committed genocide and destroyed the civilization are okay. It's not good.
I was just exploring possibilities.
It's too
No.
soon.
It's too soon for them.
Andreas, one day your mouth will get you killed.
Well, listen, I don't want to, just like when you guys went with me to the courthouse and you got into some trouble with me there. Like I don't want to drag you into this, but it seems that we're in it together.
Andreas,
All right,
we are
stop.
in it together
Stop
until
laughing
the
before-
point
This guy Ballard, he seems
where
really
you get
serious.
us killed, and then I will kill you myself.
Look, it was just a slip of the tongue when I was talking to Portis.
Well, don't let the tongue slip anymore.
It's almost like what Portis was saying was like, we have no personnel. The enemy is limitless. We've taken 3 of the infinity. Join with us. So I was just saying, let's just skip all that and let's just come to it,
Give up.
give up.
Andreas, would you give up?
I mean, we could have started trying to row back to send us, but we gave up on that and started rowing this way.
I wouldn't call that giving up. I would call that surviving.
That's literally the opposite of giving up.
That's literally the opposite of giving up.
We're gonna be okay. Just
Just
watch
don't
out for that portress. She,
don't put your foot in your mouth anymore.
mm-mm. From here on out, it's all charm. But these people are humorless. I mean, they have no alcohol. They have no comedians. They have no cigarettes.
Well, then don't be a comedian with them. Be
They can also read
straight
your
and
thoughts.
honest
I know
So,
they're so boring.
with your intention.
And they're so tact. Their tact is like they must have a coral reef up their ass.
Andreas, not everyone is like you.
I mean, come on. There's not. Oh, come on. Look, I'm going to survive. I would appreciate
You're not going
it.
to survive very long not making friends in a new world where we have no friends.
I know it was just a slip of the tongue. I had
Yeah,
that
that-
Portis charmed practically.
You were nowhere close.
I didn't try because
He
I don't
coulda
want to flex my
Split you
magic.
open with his
Ed.
mind.
Indeed, they saved our lives.
I'm sorry my friend made you mad. What could we do to make you happy?
Who are you talking to, Thurman?
Portis
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, Portis left.
Portis.
So we wouldn't have this.
Portis left. Oh.
No, we're not having this conversation.
talking
Just
to the
talking
wall.
to the void.
Yeah. Thinking that really hard.
All right, look. So here's one thing we know: don't challenge them on their beliefs. Okay, That's what I would say, guys.
Don't tell them to join their eternal enemy that destroyed their civilization.
I know. I'm challenging their thoughts. It's a
Don't
thought
no.
experiment.
No. Andreas.
They're not interested.
Andreas. Andreas, what if this great power swept through Sendis? Every port through Sendis.
Oh my god, what a
And
horror.
took your baby mamas.
Took my
and your
baby mamas
babies.
and took all the music and all the alcohol and
All
all
of
the
it.
cigarettes.
All of it. How would you feel?
That'd be horrible.
That's how they feel, Andreas.
If
And
they
you
came
just-
in there,
You just told them to join what took all those things from you.
I said, have you ever thought about it?
They
Okay.
communicate with their thoughts.
Well, maybe they
Andreas.
could detect it. I said in my thoughts that they had no chance in hell. Especially if there's something that could just flatten their cities. And they used to have airships, and now they don't. And they
Well,
haven't seen a ship for 1,000 years or whatever.
Andreas, they've
These
been
guys
surviving.
are screwed.
They've been surviving. They've killed 3.
We've been surviving too.
We've killed 1. Only
That
infinite
was-
more
that
to go.
wasn't an actual dreamer. It was just Dominion.
I thought you said it was a dreamer.
He said it
No,
was the
they're the
dreamers, but it was Dominion controlled by the dreamers. Not an
They're
actual
the unseparated or whatever they call them.
I thought it was a dreamer that was controlling
Unsevered.
Grimjaw.
the unsevered.
It was a dreamer that was controlling Grimjaw. That is
Yeah, so
correct.
we killed it, right?
No.
But no,
No.
we
Well,
killed the vessel
Killed
that it was
Grimjaw.
controlling.
The
Oh.
Grimjaw's vessel.
Yeah, they're
Got
just
it.
puppet masters. Okay, promises.
Okay. Don't piss them off.
No.
I will guiding bolt you myself. I'll guiding bolt you right into the afterlife.
Be
Well,
nice
how
to him.
How about when we meet Ballard, you do all negotiating and I'll just sit back and look pretty.
You're the pretty face. You need to be able to negotiate with tact.
All
We
right,
need
you
to
got
ask
it.
them what we could do for them.
You don't want me negotiating
All right.
We also need to
with my
get time to rest and recuperate from our
let's see,
journey.
with my -1 persuasion.
I'm gonna fix my hair up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's better.
Come forward. And you guys suddenly feel like a path through this labyrinthine complex begin to sort of form in your mind.
I come forward.
Go forward.
You guys follow through this path, occasionally seeing veins of the same sort of crystals that you didn't recognize running along the ceiling with like a brief flicker of light reacting to your presence and like keeping the place lit as you move through. And eventually you come into a large, certainly none of you have been in this type of thing personally, but you as individuals can recognize what would look like a war room. And you can see sort of a large table that has a carving of a continent that you've never seen before. Laid out. Let's see. I don't have it there. I just have it. Okay. So I don't have a picture of it, but I will share it with you through the week so you can look down. But this is very clearly a different continent than the one that you're on. And you can see that large swaths of this continent, you'll see mountain ranges that end as if they've just been flattened by, either broken but like it will just like go from a mountain range to a flat glass-like substance without any sort of degradation. And the continent itself, as you look down, you can see that very clearly some sort of apocalyptic destructive force ravaged this land. And as you walk in, you then can see Ballard staring down at it. And again, you know he's not talking, but you see people moving through this room without even sort of like looking at each other, but you can sort of like feel their presence and their will sort of pressing on you, but they're not attempting to speak with you, so they don't as they move through the room, and then eventually you guys find yourselves alone with Ballard, who turns to look at you and goes, Sendis, it has been a long time since any of the Kelashtar reached Sendis. I have consulted with the souls that remain to us, and Torosh Tai remembers. He remembers a man named Agdaran Soul, far, far to the west. He breathed cold and had hard skin that shone in the sun. Do you know this man?
Can I do a history check?
Sure.
Okay, not that good at history. 13.
You don't remember this name.
Does it sound like a Goliath?
It sounds more like he's describing a dragon. I would say that 13 tells you. You know that there are dragons that have the ability to breathe cold.
Okay.
What's this word mean in your brain? It speaks like a lizard that can fly.
Oh, the dragon?
It's a very large lizard with big teeth.
Quite intelligent and capable of using spells. With a deadly breath weapon. Really deadly.
Do they live still?
Here and there, dotted across high mountain peaks, ice caves, and sea shanty ruins, and
We saw one on the way.
deep forests.
You saw a dragon.
I
The
don't
ship
remember.
closer to Sendus in the ocean, yes. But that one was blue.
That's right.
Blue. And as you react to it, you see he's like, no, that's not the color Torosh Ta remembers. It's like this, and he points at the blade of Thurman's axe, where it's silver. He says, "This is the color Torosh Ta remembers." What does this mean?
Silver? A silver dragon?
Silver. Yes,
Yep.
Torosh Tar thinks that's correct. He remembers the word silver.
That's right. My axes are very pretty.
So, what do you got going on here on the map there, Ballard? It looks
This
like
is-
a major campaign going here.
This is Kindus, as it is.
Wow, what a vast and beautiful place it once was.
Where are we?
He sort of waves his hand, and part of the stone sort of shifts as it zooms in and zooms in and zooms in, and eventually you find yourself focused in and looking at a rock that is like floating up in the sky and sort of hovering above the scape. And he says, "You're here. Is this home?"
When are we?
Now,
From what we're used to.
it is
Where-
It seems like this is not now. To us, it's then.
But then will be now.
Not now.
Then
Soon.
he says,
when?
based on your thoughts, you've lost no time.
Where
It has
did
been
we wash
2
up on
moons
shore?
since you left Sendus. He waves his hand and it just flickers over the map, and he says, "Here in Bariud, there's a circle near there.
But we don't have flying boats in our world.
Yeah, what happened to all your ships?
The dreamers,
Of course.
the crafters were all taken.
Huh.
The,
Now,
the
have you
the
ever-
making of ships is lost to us.
Ah,
The last sent for help 30 years ago.
can I ask you something?
I assume you will.
Would you say, now just, that the Dreamers are winning?
They're severed. The Kalashtar are safe.
At least they have that. Now, how are they able to interact with you? Do they just simply use the unsevered to interact and attack you?
There are many things that are not the Kalashtar here. The dreamers find them from their dreams. They dream recklessly the way that you dream.
How
So,
do you sever?
so if the Sendus was afflicted by these Dreamers, then an entire population would be essentially turned into what we had to deal with earlier on the beach.
Yes.
So it's almost a sort of plague, a mind plague.
No.
Because if we should let the Dreamers come back to send us in the West,
The dreamers are not a disease.
do you
They
think
live. They break.
The dream is always there.
do you think the Dreamers want to come back to where I'm from?
The dreamers are tired of their world. They were
I
woken.
don't dream during the day.
They were woken by the crafters
How
and
have you
brought
not-
into our world.
Hold
you're
on, hold on. Now there's a new faction. You said the Crafters.
They're all dead.
Aye.
The crafters awoke the dreamers and pulled them into our world.
Do you know how or why they awoke them?
Why did crafters do anything? To learn. They thought it was best. They thought that the dreamers could be harnessed the way that will or magic can be. They were wrong.
Bunch of crazy artificers.
No, you said
Not crazy.
I bet
Reckless.
you they make miniature kobolds and everything.
We don't have those things here. Kobolds that you picture.
How do
Though
dreamers get you if you're not dreaming during the day? I only dream when I sleep.
Kalashtar always dreamed. It's how we spoke to the quarry before. Now they're severed, and only those which are bound to us can speak to us. Much was lost.
Would you say that your entire civilization is in decline?
Destroyed. But the Kalashtar live.
So, what's your future plans? I mean, are you just going to pursue this war against the Dreamers, or are you going to try to find a new way?
The Kalashtar live. Do thing.
And you are a Kalashtar, right?
Yes.
And how many of you are there?
Not enough.
Not like the stars in the sky.
No.
And I see on the map here, it's
Like
quite
the trees in the forest, perhaps.
okay. I see on the map here, it seems as if the Dreamers have unleashed a horrible mass weapons of mass destruction upon your cities.
It was the crafters.
The Crafters. So what happened? The Crafters' weaponry fell into the wrong hands of the Dreamers.
It was turned on the dreamers to save the Kalashtar.
Oh, so these were almost a domestic enemy that you had within your ranks, and you had to nuke your own cities?
The words don't make sense, but your thoughts do.
Wow, I truly sympathize with you. I'm sorry. You must have had such a beautiful civilization before this.
Kindis was beautiful, yes. Those as young as Potrus don't remember it.
Well, I must say, your hospitality has been amazing. But do you think that you could put us on a boat?
We don't have any boats.
Would you provide some lumber that we may take some of your trade goods back? We could take perhaps some fine of your artistic wares, bring them back to Sendus. We will hold these as a display only. And then, if there's demand, we come back with another boat. And then we can start a trade thing. And then you can just forget about these.
Potrus told me of others who had left Kindis. They took the dreamers with them.
That is the thing with Grimjaw.
Yes.
Do you know what they took? Out
A
of
thing-
character, I don't remember what it
A
was.
thing of the crafters.
A relic, some item.
An item, yes. From the descriptions in your mind, pieced together. I can't say what it was. Power crystal, perhaps.
That was enough to bring the dreamers with them.
We're in them
Potentially,
already. Your kind dream loudly.
We,
Without a Kalashtar to shield your dreams, it's not safe.
we come unawares of the danger. So we are almost naked against this threat.
Yes.
And we thank you for saving us on the beach. That was well done. Our troop does require additional rest to recuperate from our journey. Is there any way we could repay you for your hospitality and kindness, and if you allow us to stay and recuperate?
I'm uncertain. You're very weak. Your wills, as well as your bodies. It's hard to tell. You are vulnerable to the dreamers.
What could we do?
Rest for now. Regain your strength. Eat if you need to eat. Think not of what pulls you to the west. Don't bring it here. Put it outside of your thoughts.
It is difficult. I do not consciously bring with me, yet it is always there. I do not know from whence it comes or what wills it, but it has given me power. Hopefully some will to resist these dreamers, but I know not from whence it came.
You must stay. Whatever it was, whatever it's given you. The dreamers know it's here. I knew it was here.
When we
The
fought,
ancient protections of Kindus knew you were here.
when we fought the creature on the boat, I felt anger, rage, and hate against the dreamer thing.
That was the dreamer. That's what it feels. That is all they feel. And you, dwarf, what is this gatekeeper? Who's in your thoughts?
He is my god. He is the one who guides me.
God.
Yes.
What is
Yeah.
this?
A being of power that channels his divinity through me.
Is it a dreamer?
It is not a dreamer.
It's said that that's what the crafters were looking after was power.
Well, I am not looking for power. The gatekeeper gives me a portion of his power to do
Why?
his will.
Why?
Because I do his will.
And what is his will?
Currently, his will is to figure out what is going on with Siegfried. And why. And what he's being drawn to.
He's not drawn to it. It's drawn to him. Doom, doom, doom.
You're gonna cut the live feed or what?
No.